best podcast, the Heidelcast.
It's a Heidel minicast. And now, Scott Clark.
Biblicism is a Trojan horse full of rationalism.
If the Heidelcast helps you, won't you help us keep it going? Please make the coffer clink by clicking on the PayPal link or by sending a check to Heidelberg Reformation Association, 1637 East Valley Parkway, number 391, Escondido, California, 92027.
Do you ever say to yourself, I need some awesome artwork, just brilliant artwork to sort of bring some color and some style into my life? Well, the Heidelberg Reformation Association has got just what you need. We've got a bunch of branded stuff in the Heidel shop, heidelblog.net/shop. We've got pint glasses. We've got t-shirts of different kinds. We've got hats of 2 or 3 different kinds. We've got tote bags. We've got dog dishes, well, pet dishes, I guess. Your cat could probably eat out of it as well. So just about everything you want, we've got it. It's a great way to show your loyalty to the Heidelcast and the Heidelblog and the Heidelberg Reformation Association. Thanks for your support.
The Heidelcast.
Richard Muller, in his magisterial work, Post-Reformation Reformed Dogmatics, The Rise and Development of Reformed Orthodoxy, in Volume 4, pages 74 and 75, comments on the nature of Biblicism. And he wrote, over against the magisterial reformers and the Roman Catholics of the day, theologians like Michael Servetus, Giovanni Blandrata, Valentin Gentile, and Laelius and Faustus Socinus examined the text of Scripture in a strictly linguistic and non-traditionary exegesis and found no doctrine of the Trinity. On the one hand, in the name of a return to the original message of Jesus, they and their followers leveled a biblical critique against the traditional churchly doctrine of the one divine essence and 3 divine persons. On the other hand, looking at the writings of the earliest church fathers, they could argue no clear doctrine of the Trinity. Servetus, in particular, argued the case for a pre-Nicene, non-Trinitarian view, with the result that his theology and that of other anti-Trinitarians looked like nothing so much as a reprise of ancient heresies. It is difficult to identify the sources or grounds for these views. On the one hand, they can be explained as a coalescence of the humanistic philological techniques of the Renaissance with the rather typical Renaissance humanistic polemic against the scholastic tradition, here extended to the more intricate dogmatic developments of the late patristic period, and with a radical, traditional version of the Renaissance ad fontes and the Reformers' sola scriptura.
The best podcast, the Heidelcast.
That scholarly advocate of the anti-Trinitarians, E.M. Wilbur, could claim that their theology was merely a natural outgrowth of early Reformation thought, and in fact evidence that the anti-Trinitarians, unlike the Reformers, followed out the implications of their reformist positions to its logical conclusions. Certainly, the anti-Trinitarian position is characterized by a radical Biblicism, coupled with a renunciation of traditional Christian and philosophical understandings of substance, person, subsistence, and so forth as unbiblical accretions. Yet it is also hardly the case that the anti-Trinitarian stress on the utter and absolute unity of God to the exclusion of personal distinctions in the divine essence was utterly aphilosophical and simply a return to the biblical message as one recent writer has proposed.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow for more from the Heidelcast, brought to you by Heidelberg Reformation Association.org. Don't forget, when the coin in the coffer clinks, the cost of bandwidth shrinks. Copyright Heidelberg Reformation Association. All rights reserved. This is a Heidel Media production.
The best podcast,